What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Port Miami. You can see right behind me, we are here right next to Icon of the Seas. Unfortunately, this is not going to be the ship that we're sailing on today. We're also next to MSC World America. This is also not the ship that we are going to be sailing today. I'm also here with Coda as well. Say hi, babe.
No turtles.
We are here in Port Miami and we are getting ready to board Freedom of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. And we have a little bit of a weird situation that we're in right now because we had to park at Terminal AA, which is technically an MSC terminal, but they are sharing it with Royal Caribbean so that way they can board Freedom of the Seas, which is all the way the heck back there behind MSC World America. So yeah, the embarkation process is gonna be just a little bit different, but it is gonna be something interesting and new to show you guys. So with all that being said, let's not waste any time. Let's head on board. So what are you doing right now, babe? With your Duncan in hand?
Looking for turtles.
Turtles?
It's not going well. Let's have some fish.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of fish, but yeah, no turtles. So we did end up parking our car here in Terminal AA on level 3. That is where the parking starts. And in case you guys are curious, there's no signage near me, but the rates are $35 nightly. So it's definitely one of the more expensive terminals we've ever parked in. But we're gonna take an elevator down to level 2. That is where we have the terminal entrance, pick up and drop off, bag drop, and restrooms. And then there's also a level 1 down here as well. So here's actually a look down at level 2. You can see they have MSC World America boarding over here, as well as the MSC Yacht Club and Day Visitors entrance. Right next door, we have Royal Caribbean Suite and Pinnacle guests, and then you have your regular Freedom of the Seas entrance as well as the quay. You can see they have the arrival times set up over here. A couple of guests are outside waiting. I don't know if they're waiting for pickups or if they're like arriving. We'll find out in just a little bit because we are here a little early. But yeah, it's a very interesting setup how they can just board 2 cruise ships from like one massive building. Also, if you guys are parking your car over here in Terminal AA, you're going to arrive all the way on that far side over there. Make your way all the way down over here to where the elevators are because that is where you're actually going to be boarding. We ran into a couple earlier that were walking this way because we were kind of confused and we asked them and they said, yeah, just park all the way down here by the elevators so that way you don't have to walk a whole long ways that way. All right, let's see if they will kindly let us in. Okay, we made it past security. It was an absolute breeze and they let us in early. They actually didn't check for like arrival times at all. So that's something good for you guys to know, but just note that it might not always be the case. You know, you might get here and they might be really strict about it. That was just our experience, but we're really lucky that we were able to get in early because our arrival time wasn't until 1:30 and it is going on 10:45 right now. So we're here a little early, but anyways, this terminal's nice. Like when they said that it felt like an airport terminal, it really does feel like an airport terminal. It's just a massive building, and it's split down the middle with MSC on one side and Royal Caribbean on the other. You can see that they're holding us right now. They haven't started quite boarding yet. Again, it is only 10:45 right now, so we still have a little while to wait, but I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to be inside the building. We've been up since really early, and Coda had a late night at work last night. So we got up at like 4:30 this morning and I drove the whole way from Tampa. It was like a 4-hour drive. It wasn't too terrible, but
slept.
I bought her coffee and I let her sleep. I'm ready to get on board. I'm ready for this one. And in case you guys are curious, security is beyond that wall. We came in this way. You board over here, and at the very back of the room, there are restrooms. There's some over here, as well as vending machines. All right, that was not a long wait at all. Current time is just after 10:50, and we are heading on board. Okay, so just for a frame of reference, this is the MSC World America. Freedom of the Seas is down there. Look at how long this terminal is. So yeah, you are very easily able to board 2 ships from here. Okay, that last check was a little bit of a cluster. They kind of just started letting everybody in all at once and everybody congregated in one area and we had to merge into like 4 separate lines. But we got through it. It's fine. We're now making the an okay-ish walk over to the ship right now. You can see there is a moving walkway next to us, so in case that's something you're interested in, you can use, but let's take a look at the ship. But yeah, take a look at that. It says Freedom of the Seas over here, and right up there, it's like the old Freedom logo. And of course, before you get on the ship, they have the photo backdrops available in case you guys want a photo. All right, we're doing it.
Oh, this is nice. You don't get rained on.
Yeah. And welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen, to Freedom of the Seas. Are you guys looking for a good travel companion? Sure, friends and family are great, but how about something you could always have with you, like an app? I'd like to introduce to you guys KLOOK, the sponsor of today's video. If you guys are going on a trip and not sure what to do while you're there, I suggest using KLOOK. And with my promo code ThemeParkExpress, you can actually get 10% off your first purchase. KLOOK can work on your browser or through the app, and both are super easy to use. All you have to do is search by destination and see all the tours and experiences available. For example, say you just arrived in Italy and you want to tour one of their historical sites, like this tour of the Roman Colosseum. Using KLOOK, you can book your tickets for this. Then you can use the app to find all the experiences you saved and the tickets for your purchases, all right on your device. They've got almost 500,000 activities and over 1,000 destinations, and you can use it in your preferred language and currency. Not only does KLOOK work with the host to offer unique prices, typically cheaper than the at-the-door cost, but you can also earn KLOOK credits that you can use towards a future activity. Travel can be stressful, so make sure to get KLOOK so you can have help getting all of your activities planned and stored all in one place. Make sure you guys head on over to KLOOK.com and use code ThemeParkExpress to get 10% off your first purchase. Thank you so much to KLOOK for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back into the action. So I wanted to take this opportunity to film the main dining room here on Freedom of the Seas because we are probably not going to be in here much at all on this cruise. We'll explain why in just a little bit, but you can see it is 3 decks tall. This is the main deck right here. I have no idea what deck we're on actually, but anyways, we have the main floor over here and then we have a couple more over here. Very pretty. I love the giant chandelier that is over here in the center. And is that Isaac Newton back there? It looks like Isaac Newton, and I don't know who these other guys are, but I know Newton because he's holding an apple. Still very cool. All right, we have made it on board and we have taken care of our dining reservations, which is the first thing that I wanted to take care of. We do have the unlimited dining package for this cruise. It's something that we've never tried before. It's something that we've always wanted to try, so we figured we would go ahead and give it a shot now while we were on this cruise and let you guys know if it's worth it or not. But I need to find my wife. There she is. Hi. Okay, so before we do anything else, we do need to make our way over to our muster station. We're currently on deck 4 right now, and that's where the promenade deck is. So let's go ahead and walk through Playmakers and get to the opposite side of the ship because we know our muster drill is at the very front and we're at the aft right now. Okay, so far, I'm kind of liking the layout of this Playmakers a lot more than the one on Star. Oh, look at that. You can look up into the Royal Promenade up there. That's on 5. That's really interesting. And then the Casino Royale is over here on the opposite end. So this is going to be the only time I'm going to be able to show you the casino because it is closed. Once it opens for the day, we're not going to be able to film. There's one game in particular that I am looking for. It's a game that I fell in love with when I was on Star of the Seas, and we found it when we were in Vegas, but I'm not entirely sure if it's something that they would have on any of the older ships. It's possible, but I don't know. I see a lot of buffalo though, so don't you guys, well actually this isn't even buffalo. Buffalo is on the opposite side. I'm not seeing my game.
I saw the piggy game.
You saw the piggy game?
Yeah.
Well, at least you're happy about that. I don't know if this is the non-smoking side or the regular one because this casino is pretty small.
I mean, compared to the Star, it's going to be small.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But still, I expected it to be just a little bit bigger. Walking by the schooner bar over here. Very interesting. So like, what is the theme of this ship? Because a lot of these guys are in the main dining room. So like, I need to know who they are and what they did. So what kind of criminal are you? What did you do?
I'll never tell.
Because literally at every point where they've needed to scan our stuff, you've gotten the brr, brr, like the not so good noise. So we're gonna head on over to guest services now. We're gonna see what's going on because we don't need this to be a running problem. So while we're exploring the ship, Coda is checking every nook and cranny because they did say that they were gonna be hiding ducks themselves.
Special birthday ducks.
Special birthday ducks. They're not just any duck. But take a look at this. Look at this Royal Promenade. I love it. And look at all these rooms over here. These are all staterooms. Holy cow. So they are sold as like promenade view interior rooms, but this is awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, how adorable is this? They have 2 giant teddy bears in this car. Don't ask me what type of car it is, I have no idea. but it's still very cute. Okay, we have taken care of what we needed to take care of at guest services. Now it's time to find some food. The problem is, where do we go? Babe, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
You have options.
I do.
I'll leave it up to you.
Deck 11.
Deck 11?
There's things on 11.
You'll find more over there?
Yep.
Okay, let's go to deck 11. All right, made it up to deck 11. You can see we have a splash pad over here, which is really cool, but we don't want to have anything too heavy before our dinner tonight at Chops. So I think what we're gonna do is head on over to El Loco Fresh. All right, so why are you practically crying of laughter?
Because I'm stupid. Anyway.
Okay.
Guys, what type of lettuce do you think this is?
It says lettuce, but go ahead, explain.
So lettuce, what type of lettuce? It's iceberg.
There's pieces of ice in the lettuce. It does. But she's been holding that joke in for like a couple minutes.
I'm so stupid, it's so funny.
Okay, so we ended up making our way into Windjammer because we weren't about to sit outside. It's a little too hot out there, but
And rainy.
It is a little rainy. We have our food. We have our bowls from El Loco Fresh. Well, I mean, I made myself a bowl-ish. I just threw a bunch of stuff in. I'm gonna mix it all together and it's gonna be really good, I promise you. Coda made some tacos and we have a burrito.
I'll try this.
All in all, not bad. Go ahead and give it a try. If you don't like it, it's your fault. 10 out of 10. Can never go wrong with a burrito.
Taco.
Or a taco, yeah. Woo-wee. I don't know how well you guys can see it in the camera, but it is a pouring outside. Holy moly. But you guys know what they say. A rainy embarkation day means clear skies the rest of the sailing. Hopefully. At least that's what Brian and Carrie say. If that ends up not being true, I'll blame them. But, oh, my goodness. Like, you can see the Miami skyline off over here, and then it's just nothing, and then more sky. So it's just this right here. Oh, Lord. So we've been hanging out here in the buffet on Freedom of the Seas, and I was kind of walking around and getting a feel for the buffet, and it got me thinking, how old is this ship compared to Jewel of the Seas? Because as of right now, Jewel of the Seas is the only smaller royal ship that we have to go off of, if that makes any sense, because we sailed on Allure for the first time, then we went to Jewel, then to Star, and now here. And looking back at Jewel of the Seas, their buffet had a more nautical vibe, but it definitely felt a lot older than what we have here on Freedom. So I did some research. Freedom of the Seas launched in 2006, whereas Jewel launched in 2004. So this ship is only 2 years younger than Freedom of the Seas, and the overall vibe and aesthetic of the ship is completely different, which is wild. I mean, granted, Freedom and Jewel are two completely different classes of ship, where this one has a Royal Promenade, for example. But still, it's crazy. But by no means is that a complaint, because right now, I love the vibes and the aesthetics of the buffet. It's really nice. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's got plenty of space in here. I love all the white tones and the beiges and the colors that are on the floor. It's really nice. Some might call it a little generic, and I can see that. But for me, it's perfect, and it's really nice. Hi.
Hi.
What you got there?
Dessert.
Dessert?
Plural.
Care to, plural, care to explain what you got?
This one said creme brulee. Curious. Coconut cream puff, chocolate bar, apple pound cake. There were more words besides apricot and pistachio, but that's all I remember off the card.
Mm-hmm. So you're just kind of trying them all?
Yeah.
They look good. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the upselling that they do on Royal Caribbean, and something that I'm not really that big of a fan of. So I already let you guys know that we have the dining package. So we're going to be eating at a specialty restaurant every night of this cruise, which is awesome. I'm very much so looking forward to it. Something that I'm not that big of a fan that Royal does is that they try to upsell you once you're on the ship. And I get it, because the specialty restaurants and the beverage packages, that is how they make a lot of their money. Because, you know, obviously their cruises are not as expensive as Disney or other cruise lines. So they got to make some more of their money elsewhere. And that's how they do it. But they try and upsell you while you're sitting down eating or while you're walking through the cruise ship, you know. And I don't know, me personally, I just don't, I'm the type of person who doesn't really like having someone come up to me and be like, hey, can I interest you in this, can I interest you in that, because it's 9 times out of 10 it's going to be no thank you. And I understand why they do it, because for every 10 no's that you get, you'll get a yes, and you can, you know, make some more money off of that individual. You look like you're about to say something.
We only usually get approached in Windjammer about drink packages. So I think the reason we were approached about the dining, and if we booked specialty dining, is we have Chops and Giovanni's right here. So they're just kind of hanging out. When there aren't people at the host stand, it looks like that's when they're roaming. And like they're only staying in this small section. So it looks like if you're sitting right here, right by Giovanni's, that's when you're going to get approached. That's also good to know. Like even if you tried to book any of the specialty dinings on the app or on the website prior to your sailing and you can't get in for the days that you want, embarkation day, when you get on board, just find somebody in specialty dining, and usually there are reservations available that you may not have seen on the app.
And yeah, that is a great point. If you are looking to book your specialty dining, there are locations all over the ship where they're able to help you out. Specifically the main dining room, that was the first area we came across, and that's where we went first to handle our specialty dining reservations, because yeah, we did have some issues booking the last 2 days of our sailing specialty dining at home. So when we got on board, they were able to do that absolutely no problem at all. Obviously, the earlier you get on the ship, the better availability there's going to be for the specialty dinings, because they do sell out, but it's still really good to know. But as far as the upselling is concerned, not the biggest fan of it. I do understand why they do it. My hands were full as we were walking in, so I couldn't show you, but take a look at that. They have a bunch of cupcakes over here as they are celebrating Royal Caribbean's birthday. Okay, so we made our way up to deck 14. We were on deck 11 at the Windjammer, now we're over here on 14, and we're in, I don't know what you call this little piece of the ship. I call it like the observation lounge, because it's one of the highest parts of the ship and it's got glass windows that go all the way around. But this venue was one of my favorites on Jewel of the Seas, and I'm so happy that they have it over here on Freedom of the Seas. But this particular venue is called Olive or Twist. And as I read that out loud, I was like, oh, this is a play on the name Oliver Twist. And at first I was like, oh, Oliver Twist is the name of an author. No, Oliver Twist is what, babe? Oliver Twist is actually a character that Charles Dickens had in one of his stories, which is really interesting. I don't know the story behind Oliver Twist or anything like that, but like, I'm gonna try and figure out what the theme of this ship is overall, because in the main dining room we had Isaac Newton. It was probably Apollo and Socrates down there too. There were some older looking guys that I know were smart up here, unlike me. And Oliver Twist is another like reference to something. So I promise you guys, I'm gonna figure it out. But it's still really cool. This is one of my favorite parts about Embarkation Day, especially on a brand new ship, is just the exploration and figuring things out and finding where things are and learning the story and lore of the ship. It's all really cool. But this venue right here is awesome. I can definitely picture us being here on a sea day, just chilling, Coda doing her old lady activities, me editing a video or something, and just vibing because it looks awesome. Can you give me the cliff notes of what you just read?
So Oliver Twist is Charles Dickens' second book, published in 1838, basically about an orphan who escaped some, like, what did it say, like work warehouse, and ended up in a gang of thieves in Victorian London.
Okay, so as soon as I heard the name Oliver Twist, what immediately popped into my head for some reason was, please sir, can I have some more? Is that? You know what I'm talking about too, right?
Oh no, is it? It says it was, I think it said it was adapted into a movie.
I'm 99% sure it was, and I think that's what I'm thinking about. Because for whatever reason, that's what popped into my head immediately.
Film of the same name in 1948, and a musical called Oliver.
That's what it is.
And Disney's...
Disney? What?
Disney's 1988 animated feature Oliver and Company.
I thought the word Fagin sounded very familiar.
I immediately pictured Oliver and Company when I read Fagin, and then I was like, no.
Wait, so Oliver and Company is related to
It's
Oliver?
an adaptation
What?
of Oliver Twist.
I did not know that.
Granted, Disney did a lot of adaptations from like the Grimm brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you've ever seen Into the Woods, that's a more accurate representation of the books themselves than the Disney movies.
Now, see, I was thinking of the movie Brothers Grimm, which is a very different type of movie than Into the Woods. But I guess that works as well. But, I had no idea Oliver and Company was an adaptation of that.
We learned something today.
I just heard the gentleman say staterooms are open. Let's go!
Nap time.
I know, right? All right, staterooms are open. Let's make our way all the way forward to 7553. Okay, we have made it to our room 7553. This is an interior stateroom on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas. This was assigned to us. Also, I want to point out, we have our bags. It appears they were precipitated on though, because the front side of this bag is completely soaked and drenched, and this side is completely drenched as well. So hopefully everything inside is still relatively dry. We'll see. But first, let's go ahead and check out the room.
Okay.
Wait, is this a promenade view?
Let's find out.
Wait, are we sure this is our room?
It opened. I can see Sorrento's. Throw me a piece.
Oh my gosh. Wait. I had no idea this was a promenade view.
When I looked at the deck plan to see where our room was, like, it didn't occur to me to think of where the promenade was.
Yeah.
I just saw we were in an interior room.
Yeah.
An interior hallway.
I thought it was a regular interior room, but no, this is a promenade view. Holy cow. Okay, let's go ahead and put our stuff down and do a room tour.
And you asked how loud these rooms get.
I know.
We're gonna find out.
We're about to find out. Okay, let's go ahead and do a proper stateroom tour of room 7553. This is apparently a promenade view interior room on Freedom of the Seas. So as soon as we walk inside, we have our bathroom over here, and we have a couple of hooks over here, which is awesome and very much so appreciated. Yes, babe?
Is it racist that our TV is preset to Spanish?
Excuse me? Hola, Vasquez! Hey, yo! Royal, you saw the name Vasquez twice, and you're like, these guys must speak Spanish. I hope you're ready for a lifetime of that.
Me gusta tacos.
You married me. Oh my god. Well, we'll get someone to fix that, or we'll figure it out ourselves. Either way.
I can figure it out. That's our settings.
You know enough Spanish to get by.
Eventually it'll say English, and I click that button.
Yep, there you go. Or no, it'll say Inglés.
Oh, yes. It's an I, not me.
All right, let's check out the bathroom. Okay, decent sized bathroom, nothing too crazy. It's about average. We have counter space over here. We have our little towels. We have a couple of cups over here, our Salt and Breeze. We have our mirror, a couple of bath towels with a little dangly thingy. We have our other medium-sized towels, toilet, and then we have our Beam Me Up Scotty shower. There you go. Nothing too crazy. I'll have Kodo show me in here in just a little bit in case you guys are curious to see how a big guy fits in here. On the opposite side, we have our closet space. Ooh, we got some shelves over here. We have a couple of hanger racks that do retract. You can pop these up over here in case you guys want to put your suitcases over here and then just hang your clothes over here. Holy mother of hangers. Good Lord. That's a lot of hangers. We also have a safe over here, which is always appreciated. And moving on into the rest of the room, we have our bed over here. Pretty decent size, enough for Coda and I to spread out and starfish adequately. We have our phone over here. No outlet on this side. Is there an outlet underneath? Whoop. I don't see an outlet underneath, so that's interesting. We also have a drawer over here for any other things you might want to keep. On the opposite side, we have our TV over here, which is a decent size. I absolutely love it. The white balance is going crazy, but we have some more storage shelves over here, which is awesome. This is a connecting room, so there is a door right here, so we need to be careful with how loud we are. We have some more storage over here. A desk, plenty of space to spread out and work in case you need to. Chair, we have a wastebasket right there. I know to look at mirrors, where there's some more storage space back here. Yep. With Royal, you always have to look at the mirrors, and I think there's another one over here. Some sneaky storage space.
Don't forget your stuff that's in there.
Yep. We have our international plug over there, and then we have two regular outlets over here. And then there's this, announcement channel off or on. We have no idea what that is. And then, I don't know what that is. I think those are just like ports. Yeah, those are just regular ports.
Because, yeah, do we have an in-room phone?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the other side of the bed?
Yep.
Oh, I can't see it.
And then down here, we have our mini fridge or cooler, however you want to say it.
Choose
Yeah.
not frozen. This is is a cooler, not a refrigerator.
There you go. It's enough for me to put my medication in there and keep it cool. And then we have our Coda on the bench.
Not included.
Yeah, Coda not included. And then let's take a look at our view of the promenade. Very interesting. So we are more forward. We have a view of Sorrento's, which is awesome. We can have people throw us up some pizza. Ooh, look, a disco ball. That's going to be utilized later.
Is there a 70s night? There's a night.
There is a night. We've got 5 nights. And then we have our chair over here, which doesn't pull out into a bed or anything, but it can be used for just chilling. And there's no outlets on this side of the bed either, which is very unfortunate. So in case any of you bigger guys out there are curious how you would fit in the shower, just for a frame of reference, I'm 5 foot 5 inches. I currently weigh 270 pounds. Let's go ahead and hop inside. So as you can see, it is a little tight, not gonna lie. I do have a wider build, so like I do have part of me that's hitting this, and if I am gonna rinse my non-existent hair, I'm gonna be hitting the sides over here, so it's gonna be a little bit of a tight squeeze. Let's close this one actually, so that way you guys can see. I mean, put my hands up like this, like I'm going to a body scanner at the airport to like wash my head. It's not terrible. You know, you'll just have to be careful with what you're doing with your arms, but it's doable. Worst case scenario, again, I say this on a lot of cruises, there are alternative showers in the spa. At least that's how it is on Disney. I don't know how it is on Royal. Remind me to check on that in the middle of the cruise to see if the showers are available. Yeah, in the spa gym. You know what I mean. And I'll let you guys know.
Here, let me back out so we can see more of your body.
Yes.
Scoot, beep, beep. It's at a weird angle, but like, spin.
Oh, they're probably noticing this.
Yeah, he missed the spot while shaving because I wasn't home. Do you see it? Can you see the fuzz there?
Every time I shave my head, I always have Coda do a spot check on me, and she was gone last night, so I couldn't have her spot check me, and she pointed it out today. So, yeah, I have a nice little patch of fur right here.
Haha.
I guess I gotta live with that for right now. Okay, let's go ahead and check up on our things because this bag is very, very wet. And this isn't like condensation wet, this is like rain wet. Okay, so thank goodness everything inside appears to be dry, which is fantastic. I love these level 8 cases. They're not sponsoring this particular video, but almost all of our bags are level 8 cases, and they did a fantastic job at keeping things dry. Like even my shirts over here that were right on the edge are dry. So love that, fantastic. But the first thing we need to do is plug this in to the little sockets. We have these on our Amazon store, by the way, in case you guys are wanting to pick some up for yourself. It's a great way to add some more power to your room, so that way in case you only have like one outlet, heaven forbid, you can add another one. And then we can come over here and plug in our cruise fan. Get some more air in the room and cool it down. Another thing that we have on our Amazon storefront that we love to bring on cruises is this Anchor power bank. It's not really a power bank, it's more like a USB hub. So you can just plug it in and you have like, what, 6 USBs that you can use to charge your devices. So you guys know I like to do a dust test, and I went on that top shelf over there, and it's not the best. I mean, I've definitely seen worse, but yeah, that do be a little unfortunate. Let's come over here. Okay, so I did up there just a little bit, and yeah, it do be dusty. So there's that. Not the cleanest of ships, but it's fine. I'm not even done unpacking yet. Look at this one. I was the one who had to drive.
You gotta be quicker than that.
I know, right? It's okay. As soon as I finish unpacking, I'll be in there and we'll take a quick 1-hour nap. So guys, before I forget while I am unpacking, if you guys are enjoying any bit of today's video so far, then please help us out by leaving a like on the video. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future and the rest of the videos in this Freedom of the Seas series, then please consider subscribing to the channel by scanning the QR code on screen now if you guys are on TV. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you guys be a part of this journey. Also, if you want to support the channel just a little bit extra, we do have our Patreons and channel memberships. Both come with their own unique benefits, and you get early and ad-free access to videos like this one. No matter what you guys decide to do, I just appreciate you guys being here, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video so far. Alright, we have successfully unpacked all of our suitcases. They are in the closet over there. Everything is put away. Now it is time to take a brief 1-hour nap. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
One eternity later.
Okay, we're back. So what was supposed to be a 1-hour nap ended up turning into about an hour and a half. We got up closer to about 3:30, and it's actually going on 4 o'clock right now. But we are up. We are feeling, I don't know about you, a little bit more rejuvenized, and I'm ready to conquer the rest of the day. We're just kind of observing the Royal Promenade right now, and it's so different compared to what we're used to seeing either on Star or Allure of the Seas, because Jewel didn't have a Royal Promenade. It's so much more compact. It's so interesting. And you know, when we first got on, I was talking about how much noise you could possibly hear from inside the room. Nothing. Like, the only thing you get is like bass, and that's really about it. And even then, it's not that bad. Like, I didn't hear much at all. And thank gosh, we also have the fan that also creates a bunch of white noise. So it's honestly not bad at all. And I'm honestly really impressed with this Royal Promenade. It looks kind of nice. It's a little compact. I'm sure there's still a lot more to explore. We still have all the shops to see, and then there's Sorrento's down here as well. Our time exploring the ship is just now getting started, but we are getting close to Sailaway. All aboard is at 4 o'clock, and I think the Sailaway party starts at 4:15. So we're going to head on upstairs. We're going to walk around for a little bit, maybe grab ourselves our first pina colada of the cruise, you know, start the cruise off right with tradition, and then just get the rest of the night started. We're here to have a blast, and I am so happy to be on board Freedom of the Seas. Okay, babe, so can we talk about this for a second? What does this look like to you? What does this remind you of?
Shower wall.
Thank you. Why does this look like a shower wall? Like, any of you men out there, you know your ladies, they pull off their hair and they stick it to the wall and it's all wet and squiggly and junk. What? I'm very confused. What were they going for with this?
We would like to thank you for your cooperation in completing your guest safety briefing.
That's my card.
We have a few more final safety points we must cover. Following this announcement, the emergency signal will sound.
Nah, it's the sound of our people.
International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea.
So we made it back up to deck 11 forward, and we actually ended up inside the Solarium. I completely forgot that this was a thing, to be honest with you. I don't think this is like an enclosed space, and no, it's definitely not. That's all outdoors over here, but this is going to be your 16 and over space on board. As you can see, people are chilling in the water. Everyone's vibing out here, which is awesome. We have a hot tub right over there, which is really cool. It kind of looks over, hey, it kind of looks over the water over here, which is really cool. I think there's one on the other side as well. Not bad at all. So we made it up to deck 12. We're looking at deck 11 right now. This is the main pool area. So you can see we have two main pools over here, and they do appear to be saltwater. We have a hot tub over here. We have two hot tubs over there. And I do believe that is it. And then we have the splash pad on the other side, which we showed you guys a little bit earlier, but we'll show you a little bit more later. Not bad. This is a pretty decent sized pool area, and I love the fact that there is a stage here in the center for whatever it is they want to do party-wise over here on the top deck, which is awesome. You can see they have a couple of loungers with the butts in the water, which is really nice. I love this a lot. This is really nice. It looks like we still have a little while to go. They are still actively loading luggage right now. Good Lord. To be fair though, traffic was pretty gnarly getting into the port today, so I mean, it makes sense.
And we dropped off our luggage over there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're totally right. We dropped off our luggage all the way the heck down there. All right, pina coladas have been secured. The cruise can officially begin. Clink. Bartender was a little heavy on the pour, but I'm not complaining at all. And with that, we are finally pushing away from the dock and heading on out of here. Time to get the vacation started. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed or how much it's coming up on the camera, but it is windy. Like, I can't remember the last time we had a Sailaway this windy. And both Code and I were getting a little nervous because, I mean, we don't have anywhere to be fast because we're going to Coco tomorrow, which is like right here off the coast of Miami. So like, we're going slow in the ocean and it's rocky. We're gonna be feeling it. Plus you add wind on top of that. We're gonna be in for an interesting night.
Yeah, it's okay. We got our sea bands.
We do. Do we? You packed those?
I did.
Oh, look at you. Oh dear. It's fine. We're fine.
Sorry, let us get through Chops and then we can go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just let us get through that. Oh my gosh, that is a gorgeous rainbow. Holy moly. So we just got off of Star of the Seas a couple of weeks ago, and it is absolutely wild to see the difference between the amount of smoke and pollution that is created by some of these older ships versus Star of the Seas, where there's hardly anything at all. It is insane. I hope that these older ships can get updated somehow to burn cleaner fuel, because it looks gross just, you know, looking at it from a distance, and that's why I kind of enjoy the newer ships more, because they emit a lot less pollution. Okay, Sailaway was awesome. It was a lot of fun. We enjoyed our time upstairs. Now we're back in the room and it is time to change for dinner. Tonight we have Chops. This is the first specialty dining restaurant of our unlimited dining package. So let's go ahead and get changed and head on over there. Okay, time for dinner at Chops Grille. To get there, we gotta go through the windjammer. All right, we of course had to washy first. Now let's head on inside Chops Grille. All right, we have made it inside Chops Grille, but I just want to point out, look at how much it's raining outside. Oh my gosh. I don't know how well you guys can see that. There you go, that might be better. Oh my goodness. It is a storming out there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the menu. For starters, you can have a shrimp cocktail, crab cake, tuna tartare. The peppered bacon is really good. You also have a wild mushroom soup, goat cheese salad, carpaccio, an ice wedge salad, a lobster bisque, and a Caesar salad. We have our different hand-cut steaks over here, filet, petite filet, bone-in ribeye, and a New York strip. And then we have our different entree options, including roasted chicken, Atlantic salmon, jumbo shrimp, rack of lamb, grilled branzino, and a half-pound Maine lobster for an added charge. And then, of course, we have our shareable sides. You guys can go ahead and pause to read. Of course, to start, we have our bread service with assorted bread rolls and butter. For the first appetizer course, Coda and I both opted for the mushroom soup. Okay, so can any mushroom soup connoisseurs out there fill me in? Is it just me, or are all mushroom soups like a little bit oily? I don't know if it's just me or just the last couple of soups that I got. Like, this mushroom soup is good. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. It's got truffle oil in it, and it is amazing. But it just seems like a hint too oily for me. Like, I'm not finishing it because of my injections. I still can't, like, eat a whole lot, and I want to save room for the other courses. So it's good. But I just need to know if I'm the only one who, like, notices it's oily, or if that's just the last couple of soups that I had, because the last soup I had on Disney Cruise Line was really oily. I don't know. You guys let me know. Is that how it's supposed to be?
I'm done. Are you done with the bread?
Yes. Okay, lighting in here is a little wonky, but it's fine.
I got the one. It's
I know.
my eyeballs.
We have our steaks. Coda got the ribeye. And I opted for something a little different. I wanted to try the New York strip, so that's what I got. Thank you so much. So, how's your cruise so far?
I'm texting my mom if she can come get me.
Mom, I'm scared. So yeah, there is lightning outside, and it is like hitting fairly close to the ship. Like it is a flash, maybe 1, 2, and then bang that we're hearing. That is nuts. We've never had a storm like this on a cruise before. I mean, there's a first time for everything, you know, and it's good to showcase, you know, what things are like on a cruise ship in the middle of a storm. So, I mean, yeah, it's a little sketchy outside right now. Coda looks like she's about to poop her pants, but it's fine.
It's fine. They have lava cake. It's fine. Everything's fine. My last meal is lava cake. It's fine.
All right, we have concluded our dinner. Now let's take a look at the dessert menu. We have a key lime pie, a warm chocolate cake, New York cheesecake, a warm apple pie a la mode, a red velvet cake, and assorted ice creams and sorbets. We do have some coffees over here that will cost extra. Okay, babe. This has got to be the saddest looking lava cake I've ever seen.
Have you seen the one from Domino's, though?
Okay, I'm talking about on a cruise ship. I'm not talking about no Domino's.
I bet you it still tastes good, though.
Go ahead and pop it open. Let's see what we got.
Squishy.
Okay, it do be lava-y.
No, it doesn't say lava cake. It's just a warm chocolate cake.
Okay, well, you know what? I guess when you put it that way, you are right. It does.
Can I get those? What was that?
Don't push it. And I opted for the New York cheesecake. And the best part is that as soon as we leave Chops, we're right here in Windjammer. So in case you wanted a second dessert or you wanted a little bit more food, you could just come right over here. So here's the fun part about cruising is that you don't need a drink package to feel what it's like to be drunk, because you can be in the very back of the ship and you're just doing this the whole time. You're not walking straight, you're stumbling. You're everything short of slurred speech. I was telling Coda that we made a mistake. They have fried chicken over here in the Windjammer and corn dogs. Oh man, we missed out. And they have crab cakes. All right, we have made it back down to deck 5. We are here in the Royal Promenade. Time to do some shopping. We are in the aft of the ship, I believe. Yeah, we're in the aft of the ship. Let's take a look at this. Yep, we are currently right here. And we need to go to the Royal shops over here. So let's go ahead and continue on down. All right, so let's head on inside the logo souvenir shop for our ship model. That's not a ship model. Model. There you go. That works. So we did find the spirit jerseys, and they're exactly like the ones that we got on Allure. You can see it says Freedom of the Seas. The only problem is that it doesn't have the Crown and Anchor logo on the front. It needs something.
See, now, I did find that puffy heat transfer vinyl exists for Cricket, and I have a Cricket. Would it be wrong to add my own Crown and Anchor?
I don't think so. I think it's encouraged, actually. Make your spirit jerseys a little more unique. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what our t-shirt options are. We have like a blueprint looking one. We have a green Freedom of the we have a green Freedom of the Seas shirt that I kind of like with some statistics. We have a white one over here. A little bit of a gray one that looks very similar to the Carnival one that I have. We have a nice blue one over here with Freedom and the Sunset. We have another blueprint. I can't talk today. We have another blueprint looking one. And then we have an orange one. Decisions. It also says 2 for $40 or 3 for $50. And of course, t-shirts aren't the only thing that they have here. We also have a selection of different hats. We have different Royal Caribbean Crown and Anchor branded sweaters. We have some sweatpants and more hoodies over here. A bunch more hoodies over here. A lot of them say Freedom of the Seas, which is really nice. We even have a backpack over here. If we come on down to the opposite side of the store, you can see a picture of laser tag. We're going to be attempting that, I think maybe tomorrow? I don't know.
Yeah, you might.
We also have our messy shirts that you can find on Icon class ships. They also have it here, which is awesome. And then we have our, like, what are these, moisture wicking shirts? These are like your swim shirts. Yeah, it says, oh, it doesn't say anything on the back. It just has the Crown and Anchor logo on it, which is very interesting. Oh, wait, here we go. It just says Royal Caribbean on the back. And here we are, guys, the item that I crave the most. The Royal Caribbean Freedom of the Seas ship model. Take a look at that. Heck yes, we're picking it up for $54.95 plus my gold discount. I also want to point out these pins that they have over here. Take a look at that. They have the Ultimate Abyss slide over here. They have a Freedom of the Seas Crown and Anchor. What is that? That's the Flow Rider. That's really cool. It says go with the flow. We have a couple more Crown and Anchor stuff. This is a little porthole keychain that opens up into something. I really like the directional signage here on the Royal Promenade. You can see we have Star Lounge and Theater, Studio B dining rooms, and it also shows the ship and which way's forward, which way's aft. You see, something that I love about a lot of Royal Caribbean ships is that you can see from any deck to about any deck, if that makes any sense. So like, I'm on deck 5 right now. We can look down onto deck 3. I love being able to see down there, and I love being able to look up and see the other decks over here, if that makes any sense. Oh my gosh, take a look at this. Guinness World Records certificate. The world record for the largest passenger liner cruise ship was achieved by Freedom of the Seas. The ship has a passenger capacity of 4,370 guests and was launched from Southampton, UK on May 1st of 2006. So at one point in its history, this was the world's largest cruise ship. Unbelievable. It is wild how times have changed. So here's something interesting about this Royal Promenade. They have this like diver person here in the center, which is really interesting. Like, look, it looks like she just dove into a pool and she's coming on down over here. That's so interesting. I love that. Also, I want to point out the non-smoking casino is up here on deck 5 connected to the Royal Promenade. Whew. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, day 1 of our cruise on board Freedom of the Seas is in the books. It was definitely a long one. We were up at 4:30 in the morning to make that drive from Tampa. We only had that little bit of a nap, hour and a half or so, and we are just so exhausted. I need to go downstairs and get started editing this video so that way you guys can watch it tomorrow, because I had a gap in my schedule, so it just kind of worked out that this video would fit perfectly in a Sunday schedule. But anyways, I want to thank you all so much for watching today's video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and drop a comment down below. Let me know your favorite part of the video. And if you guys have ever sailed on Freedom of the Seas before, let me know your experiences down in the comment section below. Did you guys enjoy this ship? Did you guys hate it? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. As always, guys, subscribe if you are new around here and you want to see more content like this in the future. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you guys be a part of this journey. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, and evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.